In 2026, when people show us who they are, we're believing them the first time. For so many years, I gave people the benefit of the doubt. I told myself that the reason they weren't showing up as the best friend, partner, or family member they could be is because they didn't know how to. I convinced myself that they were trying their best to show up for me and that they cared, when in reality, they weren't trying at all and they couldn't care less. Because the reality is, people know exactly what they're doing. They are fully aware of the lack of effort that they give you. They're just betting on the fact that you'll think it's enough. So as we step into the new year, it's very important that you do inventory of the people around you and the treatment that you receive from them. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to treat people accordingly so that you can redirect your energy into becoming your best self. And if you're new here, hi girl, my name is Marcella Christina, and on this channel, I teach women how to become their highest self. So if that's something that you're interested in, be sure to subscribe. By the way, this video is not about cutting people off. You may need to do that, but oftentimes it isn't necessary. Instead, you should be evaluating your relationships and readjusting the amount of time and energy that you put into them based on what it is that you want in your life. So if you're ready to treat people accordingly, watch this video until the end for all of this life-changing information. Let's get started. To treat people accordingly, the first thing you need to do is determine where you stand. It's going to be hard to move forward if we don't have a clear picture on where it is that we currently are. So you need to get clear on how you're currently treated. Think of the 5 people that you interact with the most, daily or weekly. What are your interactions usually like? Think back on recent conversations, go through your text messages. Really get a clear picture on what it is that you're discussing and just the overall feeling that you get when you speak with this person. This is such an important step because a lot of the time people are accepting poor treatment without even realizing it. Reason being is that poor treatment doesn't just show up on your doorstep. It happens gradually, little by little. The things that you let slide, the little comments and snarky remarks, eventually they teach people how to treat you. And if you're not careful, you will be inviting disrespect. Go through your text messages and ask yourself, would I want a close friend or family member to be spoken to this way? Would I want a loved one to be treated this way? And if the answer is no, then chances are you shouldn't be accepting that treatment either. So once you have that in mind, then you need to get clear on how you want to be treated. If you're watching this video or if you've watched any of my content, then chances are you're a woman that's intentional about becoming her highest self. And if that's the case, then when it comes down to how you want to be treated, you want to be respected, you want to be considered, and you want to be appreciated. And I'll say it here because you're probably thinking this in the back of your mind. No, it's not too much to ask for. The problem is that you've been asking the wrong people for it. But that's the whole point of this video. We're gonna get it together. Maybe you used to befriend people that never considered your feelings, people that didn't even think twice to speak down on you or give you negativity. That was the past version of you. But now that you're clear on how you want to be treated, you want people that are actually going to uplift you. You want to befriend people that actually speak life into you, that actually support you when you share your dreams and goals with them. Those are the people that don't mind pouring into you because they understand that giving to you is not taking anything away from them. And so it's important that when you find people that actually benefit your life, that you pour into them as well. That also goes into treating people accordingly. If someone's good, then you should treat them good. Once you have clarity, you have to take action and figure out what needs to change. And this can be both a change on the inside and on the outside. On the inside, it can look like creating new boundaries for yourself. It can look like not discussing certain topics with certain people. It can look like avoiding conversations that just don't bring out the best in you. On the outside, it can look like removing yourself from environments that don't bring out your best version. It can look like having tough conversations with friends to let them know what things are going to be like from here on out and being okay with whatever happens to that friendship as a result of it. At the end of the day, when you determine where you stand, you have to stand in it. You have to be unapologetic about it because that's what actually gives you the courage to treat people accordingly. The next thing you need to do is you need to kick them off the pedestal. You need to learn to stop overvaluing other people. Now, let me be clear. I believe that we all are valuable, and I believe that we're all unique in what we offer the world. We're all inherently valuable. But with that said, a lot of people tend to overvalue people. Like, we put people on a pedestal that they don't need to be on. It's okay to admire people. It's okay to look up to people, but it has to be tempered. It has to be from a sober place because at the end of the day, we're all human and no one is better than anyone else. People overvalue other people for so many reasons, but here are a few reasons in particular. They overvalue someone because of how they make them look. It's like a social status type of thing. They overvalue people because of who they know, so access. They overvalue people because of what they know, how likable they are, what they do for a living. And the reason people do this is because of some insecurity that they have or some desire that they have that they feel this other person possesses. The quickest way to kick someone off of the pedestal is really ask yourself, What have they done for you? And I don't mean like in a crude way, I mean in a very literal way. Have they actually done anything for you? Have they brought any value to your life? Have you even expressed to them what you wanted out of the relationship? Have they provided that? Do they notice that you've put them on a pedestal, or are they completely oblivious to it? Because not everyone knows that you've put them on a pedestal, and so it's not necessarily on them to fix that. That's a you problem. But you really have to ask yourself whether this relationship works for you. Is this friend showing up in a way that actually makes you feel their friendship? Does this love that a partner gives actually make you feel loved? What can you do for yourself? The only way to actually get someone off of a pedestal is to do what they were doing for you for yourself. People overinflate what they're given because they don't know how to give it to themselves. They put their romantic partner on a pedestal because they don't know how to love themselves. Or they internalize all of their family members' advice because they don't have the courage to find the truth for themselves. If you're ever going to treat people accordingly, you have to learn to do for self, because it keeps people in their appropriate place, as an equal, not as a superior. The next thing you need to do is you need to get to the real issue. What's really the problem here? Figure out why you accepted less. Because we don't do things for no reason. There is a reason. Do you fear being alone, so you accepted crappy friendships? Do you struggle with self-love, so you accepted a narcissist as a lover? You need to figure it out. And the only way you're ever going to do this is by doing the inner work. There's parts of you that you let go unchecked. And because of that, it's brought you to this current situation. So now that you're changing course, you're going to have to go back and address these issues, because they're not just going to go away by you trying to sweep them under the rug. And I get it. Inner work is not sexy. There's a lot of moments where you want to pull your hair out, where you want to just shed tears or just scream at the top of your lungs. I get it, but you have to do the work to get to the other side. Be gentle on yourself. Forgive yourself and the people that mistreated you. I truly believe that women don't want the worst for themselves. They actually want the best for themselves. And so when they find themselves in toxic relationships and friendships, it's not because they wanted the toxicity. It's because at some point they thought that that was the best thing for themselves. And that's why you really have to give yourself grace and forgiveness, because you really were just doing the best that you could do. The next thing you need to do is you need to master detachment. Learn to enjoy people's company without clinging to them. I think the only way to ever be able to treat people accordingly is to not depend on them. It's okay to need people from time to time, and it's okay to ask for help, but your entire existence shouldn't be dependent on another human being. And it communicates the wrong message to the person that you're clinging to, because that person is going to see you as a dependent, and so they're going to treat you like one, which is a very powerless position to be in. At the end of the day, being able to treat people accordingly is being able to stand in your power, and you won't be able to do that if you're giving your power away. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You can't expect to master detachment if you're clinging to the people that you've always clung to, if you're hanging out with the same people, if you're dating the same guy, if you're going to the same places. How do you expect to ever be okay on your own? And some women may say, oh, well, my best friends love that I'm clingy. My man loves that I'm clingy. But it's like, yeah, for how long? Remember, we're all human. And at some point, it does become a bit of a turnoff, because that person has their own life to live, and you're making it harder by just being so needy. So you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to meet new people and try new things. When you meet new people, you learn that there's no need to smother one person. There are literally other people in the world that are just as awesome, but it's up to you to go out there and meet them and make those connections. And in mastering detachment, let things be what they are. Don't be in such a hurry to try to put titles on things or give things meaning. Some things, in fact, most things, just are what they are. If there's a coworker that you tend to click with, you don't have to rush and become best friends. Let things happen naturally. Maybe one day you stay after work and chat a bit, and then the next time you decide to go out after work, and then the next time you decide to hang out on your day off. Like, it doesn't have to mean anything, but you're just in the moment and you're enjoying what it is. And you're going to enjoy it so much more because of that. To treat people accordingly, put yourself first. In this new year, ladies, you need to become the main character. And if you're unsure how to do that, don't worry, I got you. I made a whole video explaining how to do so. Becoming the main character is not something nice you should do for yourself. No, it's actually a necessity. Too many women have not stepped into the main character role in their life, and that's so crazy because it's their life. You would think that it would be intuitive and that it would come naturally to them, but it's actually the opposite. Most women are truly afraid to step into their fullness. They're afraid of their greatness. They're afraid of letting their light shine. They're afraid of the attention that comes with showing up as your highest self. And because they're afraid, they never go for it. I don't know where I heard this quote from, but years ago I heard a quote that said, feel the fear and do it anyway. Fear does not necessarily mean don't do it. It usually means that this is something very important and something that you should do. You just have to overcome the fear. And so I really think that one of the distinguishing characteristics of a main character woman is being fearless and courageous. The main character answers to no one. She doesn't care what other people have to say about her because that's background noise anyway. I mean, they are supporting characters after all. Learn to only do what benefits you. If you have a friend that you've known for years, but the only thing they ever do while you're on the phone with them is gossip and complain complain, then the smart thing to do would to just be not pick up the phone. And if you do pick up the phone, then you need to be very clear and explain to them that we're not going to be talking about other people today, because talking about other people is not of benefit to you. There are better things that you can be doing with your time. If you have a friend that only likes to go out to sketchy, low vibrational places, then you're going to have to keep your distance or suggest a new place that's positive and more your speed. Because why would you go to a place to be surrounded by people that aren't on the same frequency as you? That does not benefit you, and you have better things to do. Treating people accordingly is really about having high standards for yourself. At the end of the day, to be a high-value woman, you can't have a low barrier of entry. There's a reason that the standards are high, because the people that do not have what it takes will not be able to meet them. If you're putting in the work and the effort to become a better woman and a better human being, then the people that come into your life should also be doing the same. Having high standards keeps the frequency high, and it keeps you in position to respect yourself and respect others. Because at the end of the day, if you can't meet my standards, it's not beef between us. It's just an indication that I'm not for you and you're definitely not for me. Ladies, 2026 is almost here, and it is my hope that you learn how to treat people accordingly. And we all know the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated. If we respect ourselves and we respect others, I have no doubt that next year is going to be our best year yet. Now I want to hear from you. How do you plan to treat people accordingly? Drop it in the comments below. And if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you. Be sure to subscribe. We'd love to have you become a part of the family. YouTube knows that you're serious about your level up journey, so they've recommended this video for you to watch next. I'll see you there. Okay, my loves, until next time, take good care of yourselves. Bye.